Okay, I'm gonna share some stuff and just do. You can sit on top of my desk. Sit it right here.
Why would I lie that? How are we supposed to team up if you're not up here sitting on my lap?
Well, I'm gonna put a thing in the middle. Okay. Yeah. So it's not hard.
So are we going to speak first?
Would any side like to volunteer to speak first?
We don't want to.
I volunteer them.
I volunteer you.
We said it first, so.
They did say it first, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So why can't we rock, paper, scissors?
I mean,
Okay, time out. First rule of debating. We are respectful, okay? Please do not talk when the other side is talking. Please value their opinion and their statement.
Yeah.
And we will conduct this in a scholarly manner. We are scholars. So, will the pro-American side please make your opening statement?
Okay, that's me. Okay, so just say it.
Just say it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
By opening with a quote from the American Declaration of Independence, referring to his people as the Democratic Republic of Vietnam, and by putting himself and his people on the same level as Americans by stating that they have fought side by side with the American allies, Ho Chi Minh shows his admiration of America and proves that the morals he is striving to achieve for Vietnam mirror those of the United States.
Is the fact that he quoted the Declaration of Independence, and he obviously liked what the U.S. was doing, or he wouldn't have opened his speech with this statement, and he took the U.S.'s ideas and promoted them to his own country.
Second point was they call themselves a democratic republic. That should be points off because why not?
Composure.
The United States is also a democratic republic, and for Vietnam to call themselves a democratic republic shows that they are identifying themselves under the same political system as the U.S., implying that they are trying to align themselves with us rather than socialist USSR.
Okay, our third point was that Vietnam establishes a relationship with the Allies, and they consider themselves on the same team. And in his speech, he states that for more than 80 years, they've fought side by side with the Allies against the fascists, and that is why they must be independent and free, which correlates with the Declaration of Independence. And they never show any negative attitudes toward the U.S., and they courageously oppose the Japanese and French fascists like the U.S.
Golf clap. Very nice. So this side can make their arguments.
She's a good debater. What?
Who?
You're a good debater.
You don't have anything to say about it.
Okay. So the French were part of the Allied powers before that, and we are kind of associated with them. So the entire speech that he made, he was bashing the French, especially in this part where it says they have enforced inhuman laws, and then later on they have built more prisons and schools. Later on in the field of economics, they have squeezed us to the backbone, impoverished our people, and devastated our land. And it keeps going on about all the things that the French did to them, hating on the French the entire time. And the French are allied with the U.S., meaning we are kind of associated with the French, so throughout his speech he is dissing on the French. And that kind of associates us with them. Also, it says nothing about him liking the U.S. There is no proof that he likes the U.S. There's no implications whatsoever. He doesn't bring up the U.S. whatsoever. The only place where the U.S. is brought into it is when they're associated with the French, which he's bashing the entire time. And at the end of it, he says, "We will break up all relations of a, quote, colonial character with France. We repel all the international obligation that France has so far sustained on behalf of Vietnam, and we abolish all the special rights that the French have unlawfully acquired in our fatherland." And he's kind of saying, if you're not with us, you're against us type of thing, and the U.S. is associated with France in that sense. Someone else could talk now. Be nice.
Okay. Well, it says that, it says that Vietnam solemnly declares to the world that Vietnam has the right to be a free and independent country, and in fact it is already. And the entire Vietnamese people are determined to mobilize all their physical and mental strength to sacrifice their lives and property in order to safeguard their independence and liberty. So they're saying, or he basically said that they're fighting against everyone, even us, or against America, because they are fighting for themselves to be independent.
And then also breaking off the colonial character with France, because of France being allied with America, they're also breaking off any kind of colonial ties to us as well, because not only is when France is making money, we are making money because we are tied to them. So by them saying that we break off all colonial character with France, they're breaking off all colonial character with us as well.
Are there anyone from this side? All right, thank you very much. So now what we're going to do is we're going to break back into groups and have some time to discuss and prepare a rebuttal statement. Two things. First off, if you spoke this round, you may not speak during the rebuttal. And second off, could I get both sides just to list? Could I get both sides just to list their three main arguments very quickly, just to make sure that the other side knows what they're arguing against? So could you guys just restate your three main arguments, just very briefly?
They call themselves a democratic republic.
And they quoted the Declaration of Independence. And they had a relationship with the Allies.
You guys all get those? All right. Could you please restate just your three main arguments real quick?
The French was allied with the U.S. and he was bashing on the French the entire time. If you're not with us, you're against us. And the entire thing was a negative implication towards the U.S.
All right, so we're going to take about 4 minutes within our groups and prepare a rebuttal statement.
Okay, I can talk if
Who's going to be the one that... Okay, so Megan, you're probably going to have to talk. Cody's going to talk.
Okay, what am I going to say?
If you don't want to talk, Catherine will talk.
Oh, you can talk if you want.
Oh, I didn't see
What's when they said that they're
I know, you're a good drawer.
So I think after it's basically the next spring. Give me an
idea. Well, those would have just been like white situations.
Yeah.
Well, they said we should be the property of Lakeside Building.
Which
I will talk to you.
It is very tall.
However, look at the mayor. Well, what if nobody likes you? Like, everybody would buy it. I guarantee you. Every single person.
Yeah, I don't want to put you in based on that.
I would wear that dress.
Shirt.
Okay.
And then find the website.
Write it down, Cody. Well, I'm doing it at Kimmel. I have to do it design the Kimmel one.
Yeah, you can like go on there.
No. Well, do you have any
You
should make it like art sketchy.
What color?
Well, I want it to be gray or gray.
Well, she could do an eagle with
What color do
blocking
you want it?
colors.
Yeah, I can't
Not gray.
Why? What color? Green. Dark gray.
Blue. Like,
No,
We should not like dark
straight up blue.
dark green.
Brandon, is that for guys?
No, I'm ineligible.
Oh, so what do we have to do?
Do you get one too?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Wait, tell me what I'm eligible.
Or was he really
Sideways.
It's just like,
I already know I'm ineligible.
He doesn't.
You have an apple?
He's Democratic.
Okay, but I'm thinking we should do...
They might not have anywhere in here where they're specifically like, we love America. They don't come to say right out and say that. But they don't come out
I
and say,
want to do
I
like,
hate
make it like blue, like not
So-
navy, just like straight up.